Hi everyone. So let's play with this GraphQL Playground. What you can do is GraphQL also expose this playground on the port 4000. And you can actually use the GraphQL. This is the endpoint. You can just open this up. Okay, this is the GraphQL Playground. Okay. Now what I do is either you can actually use this playground to run the queries and mutations. This is the document which we are getting, and this is our schema. So if you see what we have in our schema, I will just zoom it a little bit. Right, we had the cat, these are the mutations, queries and user, right? So you can see what all types we have. These are the queries, and this one is the mutation we have, and this is the documentation which is talking about what all queries and what all mutations you have. I also use the another tool which is like this particular client. You can install it. I'll take Graphical Client. This is more convenient for triggering the queries and mutations. What you can do is just click onto this. It will give you the documentation. Okay, the documentation looks like this. These are the different queries we have. So I will wipe this out. You can just click onto this and you will add it as a query, and then just run it. Right, this is a hello world as a query. Similarly, you have a cat query. You will just send a request. Okay, we can just, let's keep this only one, and we are getting this. Similarly, you can also add a user's query. Here the address should have a type, so we are getting house number, and you will send it. We get the data, right? So now you see this query, and inside this is the data which I'm looking for from the query. From the users I need ID and email, and in the address object I need house number. And house number is of type array, right? Address is of type array, so you can see that we got the house number as an array object. Okay, and if you also see the document, like this is the schema we are getting. So in this we can actually load schema export SDL. So this is our SDL we are getting. I will just download it and we'll see this. But this is a mutation, right? You can trigger the mutation same as the query. So for query, the syntax is like this: query and your query name, what you need. Okay, for mutation, these buttons are helpful in this plugin. Here this is a mutation create cat, and you need to pass the name. I'm passing test, and I will just send it. So it is actually doing the MongoDB connection and all, so that's why it will fail for now. But this is how you will actually you will actually trigger the mutation, you will actually trigger the queries. Okay, and I will add this as a query, and you can run this. This is what we are getting. So this is the GraphQL Playground, same as the Postman client, right? But it has a lot of other features, like you can add authorization, custom header, and this is the HTTP post call we are making to this endpoint. What we are sending is these queries and mutation from here. If you want to trigger the mutation, you see what we are adding in the query. Just open the mutation and add query. This is the mutation, and this is the mutation name. When you want to trigger a query, then your block will become something different, right? Your block is, this is the query and this is the query name, and you have the schema, so it will help you to address any particular problem you have in a particular query. Okay, and we will also add dynamic variables, like there is some object you are passing in the mutations, then we will be creating a variable and we will be passing that variable here. Okay, so this is all about this GraphQL Playground we have to test our API server.